we can now check the next sum. The next sum says the marginal cost function is given by MC is equal to 2e to the power 0.001x. Find the total cost function if the fixed cost is again given 5,000. Okay. So almost similar, only the function is different. Okay. So we were considering the second sum, which says marginal cost function is given by MC is equal to 2 into e to the power 0.001x. Find the total cost function if the fixed cost is 5,000. So we are going to do this particular sum. So since we will need this information, so let me place it here so that we will be able to get this particular information. Okay. All right. So we are given now the second sum given MC is equal to 2 into e to the power 0.001 x. So this is the MC given. Okay. Now since we know that MC is ddx of c, 2 into e to the power 0.001 x. This implies dc 2 into e to the power 0.001 x dx. Now we will take integration. So we'll integrate. So when we integrate, integration of dc is c, 2 into integration e to the power 0.001 x dx. Okay. So we will get c is equal to 2 into. So since we know that integration of e to the power x is e to the power x only, but if you have integration of e to the power mx, if there is a coefficient mx, then it will be e to the power mx divided by m. Okay, so in this case, it will be e to the power 0.001 x divided by 0.001. Okay, and then we'll have a constant which is k. Okay, so that is our c. Now find the total cost of the function. The fixed cost is given rupees 5,000. So we need that 5,000 information in order to find out the value of k. So we'll say again, when x is equal to 0, c is equal to 5,000. How do I know? It is given in the question that the fixed cost, find the total cost function if the fixed cost is rupees 5,000. So when x is equal to 0, even then c is equal to 5,000. So we'll put it here. Therefore, 5,000 is equal to 2 into, now x is equal to 0. So e to the power will get a 0, and anything to the power 0 is nothing but 1. So we can directly write 1 upon 0.001 plus k. So this will give us 5,000 is equal to 2 into, 1, this is 1 upon 1 by 1,000 plus k. In other words, 5,000, this will be 2,000 plus k. Therefore, k is equal to 3,000. So 5,000 is equal to 2 into 1 by 0.001 is nothing but equal to 2,000 plus k. So k will be 5,000 minus 2,000, which is equal to 3,000. This value of k now I am going to put here because we are asked to find out the cost function. Okay. Question says find the total cost function. So therefore, hence the total cost function is, so we get c is equal to okay, so we'll get this thing also can be changed, isn't it? This is 2 into, in the denominator, we have got 0.001, which can be written as 1 by 1000. Then when you do the reciprocal, we will get 2 into 1000 divided by 1, which is nothing but 2000 into e to the power 0.001x, okay, plus 2000, sorry, 3000, because k's value is 3000. So we are getting c is equal to 2000 into e to the power 0.001x plus 3000, and that is your answer. That is the answer for the cost function. So marginal cost was given to us. We took it as MC, and since we know MC is ddx of C, so from there we cross multiplied dx, and then we found out the integration. We got C, okay, and when we did the integration, there is a constant of integration which will come by default. Then we applied the conditions that the fixed cost is 5000. So we applied 5000 in C, x equal to 0, and we got the value of k. K is 3000. So therefore, the total cost function is given by, what will we do? We'll put it back again in the cost function here. So we'll get C is equal to 2 into e to the power 0.001x divided by this is nothing but 2000 into e to the power 0.001x plus k's value is 3000. So that gives us our cost function. This is our cost function, and hence is the answer of this particular sum. Okay. Coming to the next sum, it says the marginal cost is given by the function. Now this is the function given. Here, in fact, marginal cost is explained as f dash x, which is nothing but ddx of fx. Marginal cost is given as 3x square plus 3x minus 1, x being the units produced. Now, determine the cost function given that f of 0 is equal to 0. Also determine the production cost of 2 units. Okay. So, if I move it and keep it here, marginal cost is given. We are asked to determine the cost function. We are given that f of 0 is equal to 0. So, okay, so we have for the third sum given MC is equal to f dash x is equal to 3x square plus 3x minus 1. Now you know f dash x is ddx of fx is equal to 3x square plus 3x minus 1. This implies we'll get this can also be written as c. But anyway, so this will be d of fx is equal to 3x square plus 3x minus 1 dx. Let us take integration. So that way we will get fx is equal to integration of 3x square will be 3 into x cube by 3 plus 3 into x square by 2 minus x plus k. Okay. This is fx. Now what is given? F of 0 is equal to 0. So, since f of 0 is equal to 0, meaning when we put x equal to 0, then this entire value will become 0. So, if I put x equal to 0, I'll put x equal to 0 here, I'll put x equal to 0 here, I'll put x equal to 0 here, f of 0 will be 0. So, this implies f of 0 is equal to, okay, let's cancel 3, 3. So, we'll get 0 cube, then plus 3 into 0 square by 2, then minus 0 plus k. So, this implies what is the value of f of 0? That is also 0. This is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So, we have k. So, we got k's value is also equal to 0. Now, these value when I put here, I will get the cost function. And that is what is your first part of the question. Determine the cost function. So, the cost function Therefore, cost function is, we can write fx is equal to x cube plus 3x square by 2 minus x. There's no k. There's no need of writing any k because k's value is 0. So it is equal to plus 0. So this is your cost function, your first part of the answer. Cost function is fx is equal to x cube plus 3x square by 2 minus x. What is the second part? Also determine the production cost of the units. Production cost of the units of, sorry, this is production cost of 2 units if I am not wrong. Production cost of 2 units. So if we are asked to find out the production cost of 2 units, then what we have to do is, if we have to find out the production cost of 2 units, we have to, I'll show you. Therefore, production cost of 2 units is, now this is a sum of definite integral. So where you are having, lower limits as well as the upper limit. Lower limit is 0, production can be 0, lowest value, and the maximum is 2. 2 units is what they are asking to find. And you have to integrate the marginal cost function. Marginal cost function is given to us. What was the marginal cost function? I believe this was the marginal cost function. It says 3x squared plus 3x minus 1. 3x squared plus 3x minus 1 was the marginal cost function. So this marginal cost function we are going to integrate. Okay. So the marginal cost function is 3x squared plus 3x minus 1 dx. So we are going to integrate using limits. So this is equivalent to, as you have already seen, we have integrated this. 3x square will give you 3 into x cube by 3 plus 3 into x square by 2 minus x. Okay. And we are going to have 0 and 2. So this 2 gets cancelled. We will get x cube plus 3x square by 2 minus x. Now the rule is, first you put the upper limits, then minus the lower limits. So this will give us 2 cube plus 3 into 2 square by 2 minus 2 minus, if I put the lower limits, I'll get a 0, 0, 0 everywhere. So I can just write 0. Now this is 8. So here 2 and 1, 2 can be cancelled. So you'll get 6 minus 2. In other words, 8 plus 6 is 14 minus 2. So you'll get 12. Okay. So the production cost will be 12. Production cost of 2 units will be 12. So that's the way how you can calculate even the production cost. So what we did, let me do a recap. So we were given the marginal cost function and we were asked to determine the total cost. There was a condition given that f of 0 is equal to 0. So we took the marginal cost. We started the sum from here. Yeah, we took the marginal cost. Okay, and marginal cost is taken as ddx of fx. And we did the integration. We got a k. And then what we did, we have applied the value f of 0 is equal to 0. And we got the value of k as 0. So therefore, the total cost function came out as fx is equal to x cube plus 3x square by 2 minus x. That is the first part of the question. Second part also says determine the production cost of 2 units. So for production cost of 2 units, we have taken the help of definite integral. So in definite integrals limits will be 0 to 2. Okay, the lower limit to the upper limit, and we have integrated the MC, which is your marginal cost. So marginal cost gave us the cost function, and cost function in with limit 0 to 2. The rule is, first of all, you put the upper limit everywhere wherever there is x, then you put a minus sign, and then you put the lower limit again everywhere wherever there is x. So this, when we solve, we get 12. So 12 is the cost of 2 units. Okay. So that's the way how we can do the sums. Okay. So, all right, we bring back our normal screen so that we can move ahead. One sec. Okay, right.